it again. What is this? This is part 2 of the episode that you heard earlier this week. If you didn't hear it, sweetie, go back to the previous episode and tune in. But what we about to do, we about to get into part 2.
Yeah, and when we had this conversation, I don't know why it keeps taking me back when we was over there at Placid Bayou, and I remember when I didn't have. Yeah, I remember. Back then, it wasn't even that long ago. Like, I'm old or something. I'm not old.
Come on, boy.
But no, but back then when I jobless, broke. You know what I'm saying? Quit school, all that stuff. And I remember, like, nothing against it. I remember I was playing the game a lot, but that's because it was the one thing that I had real control over, that I was a master at. Like, for sure. Like, I'm still cold at him, by the way.
How does this relate to you compromising and sacrificing? I was just trying to help the people. We was trying to get there. Y'all trying to get there? Because I'm trying to get there. What do you say?
Check my watch.
Boy, come on.
Anyway, before I was interrupted, like I was saying, that I was doing things that I felt like I had control and power over because it made me feel good. But I had to sacrifice that the feeling of, or doing the act of doing things to make me feel good for that temporary moment to sit with myself.
Comfortability.
And yeah, the comfort. You have to sacrifice comfort. Well, I mean, it's another quote, you're about to get into with that. But pretty much saying, like, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. But I wasn't. Definitely was not. It's because everything else around me was uncomfortable. So I was literally sitting in one thing that I was comfortable and cold at, because I had lost my confidence everywhere else. But I had to sacrifice that, being able to sit in with myself and realize that I was not in a good state, in a good place. What I'm going to do to change that.
To sacrifice your, I guess, like, sense of safety, sense of security. I think that's what we feel like we have whenever we are in a comfortable state. We feel steady type thing. Right. Then when you step outside of that, what is it? Like, you walking on a mother freaking balance beam. Is that what you're trying to say?
Dude, it could be them little strings when they be on the cord. It's like, bro, what the freak is this?
That's a bit extreme.
Well, I mean.
Hey. Okay. So you was having a little flashback moment. Yeah. I think you was kind of like touching into it type thing. At what point, or do you feel like sacrificing or compromising can be detrimental more so than it can be beneficial to self?
When you asked that, it made me think, like, when you're doing things, technically, whenever you do something, you're sacrificing or compromising something else. I never even thought about that. So technically, when we're doing this, we're sacrificing our time to do this.
Privacy, really.
That too. It's a lot of things technically that we're sacrificing right now, because we could be doing something else. But even if we were doing something else, we'd be still compromising or sacrificing. I didn't think about that. That's kind of crazy.
So what's making you compromise or sacrifice your time and your privacy for this space, for this podcast?
Well, this is one avenue. This is one leg.
Right. But I'm asking about this one.
Yeah. But that's what goes
into it.
Before he get it. No, get off me. No, it's a bigger picture to this, right? So this is all playing so many key pieces to a major puzzle. So that's why this is here, and this is here right now for me.
Sharing is caring for me. 1, 2, 3. That rhyme. But it's also for the person present in here type thing. I think the beauty of having this podcast, whether people are like viewing us or just simply like listening to us, the reason why I'm willing to compromise on like my time or like sacrifice my privacy is really the art of sharing type thing. Like, I have no idea what happens whenever these words like leave my mouth. I know what my intentions are, but I don't know what my impact is. But optimistically thinking, I would hope that my impact is something that's great, that transcends like the time on this podcast clip that's past 50 minutes type thing. Like hopefully these words are able to help somebody, whether it's these words or these experiences in which I'm sharing or that you're sharing or that we will share in the future type thing. I hope it benefits other people.
The facts. I was just telling somebody earlier this week, like, I don't know what I'll do the first time somebody come to me and maybe say like, hey man, I was listening to your podcast and this really helped me here, or this really helped me this, or you really changed this, or whatever, y'all doing this, like whatever. Like honestly, like I started thinking about that specific moment and I began to tear up, like because I was like, I'm glad y'all didn't hear that. But yeah, no, I really began to tear up a little bit because like those are the type of things that we want to do. Like we had these conversations when we what we're doing here. It's not like we don't do this and other times we're around other people. Like whenever we get together, these are the type of, well, we not gonna always have deep conversations, but when we do have these conversations, it's literally like this. So that's why this whole thing came to place, because it's literally when you come in the crib, you come over, man, we can kick it and talk about any and everything, man. And you know, so we're gonna have fun and laugh at it too. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be too heavy. You can express yourself, you know, you might be some tears every now and then. Why not?
Right. And I think the point that we're both alluding to is the fact of just having a conversation to where like people don't feel like they are by themselves. I don't know how often people have those moments, but I know I personally have had times in life to where I felt like I was by myself, and that's not completely true. It's not true at all type thing. It was just literally just that a feeling. And also like that makes me think about, you know, my definition or like my my upbringing in regards to like sacrifice and like compromising type thing. Like people made sacrifices and compromised for me or for their other loved ones as a sign of like, you're not by yourself, like I got your back type thing. And now we're just doing that in a different way, to where we're not necessarily like losing the ability to be able to create like peace or like happiness like within ourselves while giving to other people.
Man, I think one of the most powerful things we're all given upon birth is the power to create. And I feel like here and in many other lanes, we're able to do this exactly how we want to do it. So I don't mind sacrificing the time and the energy into something like this, because it's literally just being us. Like we're not here for no gimmick and nothing like that. It's just us being here and me inviting people in, and you all can share your stories at any time in the comments and all the other stuff, and we'll probably have side conversations and stuff like that. But,
right. How would you feel? You know how you say you was like looking forward to somebody just come up and be like, yo, like that experience or the words that you drive, like it really helped me. Like what if that like never happened? Like would you regret sacrificing your time and your privacy?
No.
Okay.
No regrets.
Why not?
In that regard. My goal is to not live with regrets in general. That's not the reason why I did this.
Right. But okay. Yeah. Maybe that question flew over. So I only asked because you said like, nah, like if you were to ask me like would I regret if like nobody came up and was like, yo, like those words helped me, like yo, I didn't feel like I was by myself, like I appreciate the share. Like if that never happened, would you regret sharing your time, energy, and you know, giving up your privacy? And I would say no type thing. Because it hasn't yet. It may not happen like while I'm here, but it could very well happen like while I'm gone type thing. And I'm putting in positive energy. It's not draining me, and I don't receive negative energy like coming back. So right. I wouldn't necessarily regret this.
Right. No, for sure. And the reason why I say no is because a lot of times when I looked up to individuals, a lot of those times I didn't voice the words. They impacted me and I used them in my life. So it's one of those things where it's like every time I'm speaking about something, my intent behind them is to help in a sense. Like it's not like you need the help, but it's in a way that I hope it resonates with you. And as long as you keep it indirectly or directly and you utilize it, then my purpose was served. So it's not about me actually hearing that. I look forward to the day in which it compels you to speak to me and be like, yeah, man, like what you said right here, that was dope. But if it never was to happen, it's cool. Because I already know I say dope stuff. So I don't need the reinsurance for nobody else. But that's just, if I'm being honest, if I'm keeping it a buck. But
keeping it a buck.
But yeah, but we encourage comments all the time, like for sure. Comments are hitting us up, and like definitely. But
so
we get back on topic.
That's in regards to like this space. So I just introduced that to be able to ask, like, have you ever had a moment in which you felt like you sacrificed either a portion of yourself or something in relation to yourself for something like outside of you, and you regretted it?
Oh, I can't say I don't have any regrets. In a moment, I can say there's been plenty of times where I felt underappreciated. Yeah, in which my time that I spent on it just does not seem like it from the individuals that either I did it for or the individual I did it for or whatever the cause may be, whatever the case may be. I just felt like it for me. I didn't get the feeling that I thought I was gonna get out of it, and that could be just on me. And my problem with having an expectation for that. But I said that I'm human, and that has happened a lot. That's actually one of my major key things that I've been working on is knowing the intent of why I'm doing something and not having any expectations after. I know we spoke about this previously, but yeah. So it happened. It's happened a lot for me, sacrificing and not feeling like it was appreciated. But yeah.
So you just only felt like it wasn't appreciated. You didn't regret the sacrifice.
No, I can't regret the sacrifice.
I know we're speaking right now. I know you said you're trying to live, without regrets. I'm speaking like past tense. Is the answer like, no, I've never regretted anything, or no, I can't regret things? I don't.
Well, I mean, regrets you hold on to. I don't have any regrets. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say no. In the moment, am I gonna be like? In the moment, hindsight's 20/20. In the moment's like, dang, I should have did that. But I'm not regretting the fact that I have to live with that decision. So that's what I'm saying. I don't have any regrets. Are there times where it's like, dang, I wish I would have did this different? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, because I wouldn't be me today if maybe behind the decision. Every little decision is key to who we are. So that's why I say no. In the moment, I agree. Like, yeah, dang, I really wish I would have did this, or maybe I'm human. I'm gonna be like, yeah, hindsight's 20/20. But I can't really change that. So that's why I say I can't live with it. That's where I'm at with it. Hopefully that makes sense.
Okay. Maybe I'm just asking him 15 million different ways because I want him to be on my team. I don't think so. I don't know if I'm trying to highlight the fact that we're humans. I don't know. But I only ask because I'm pretty sure there has been times where I've made a sacrifice. I actually had one on top of my dome. I'm like, is that a little bit too personal to share? I ain't trying to make y'all feel away type thing. But I definitely had an experience like as a kid in which I made what I felt like was a sacrifice. And I've been living with that for a minute type thing, like the effects or the consequences of the sacrifice. I guess, like, long story short, without going into too much details, I sacrificed myself literally for the safety of my little brother. And that's to keep it short. And because of that, like the consequences of that, like the internal battles, like the emotional feelings type thing is something that I've had to deal with because of that sacrifice. So did I regret doing it? No, I don't. I did regret keeping things like to myself, or how I handled the situation type thing, having to live with it. And there's other things that I've like felt like I've made sacrifices for, in which I regret some of them, but not into the entirety. And I say like regret as in like past tense. It's not something that I continuously live with. Like, dang, bro, I wish I never done that. Because sometimes if you don't necessarily like reflect and like learn from those experiences, whether it's like in the present moment or like later on type thing, because some stuff, like the thing that I'm speaking about, I literally had to like come to terms with and like, I guess like change things around about how I think about it within the most recent years type thing. But if you don't take the time to reflect on decisions that you've made, or sacrifices that you made, or compromises that you've made, and like how they've affected you type thing, it could be a possibility to where you look up and you like 40, 60, 70 living with regrets. I don't think that will be me type thing, because I've taken the time to analyze my decisions, whether it's in the present moment or, years down the road type thing. Head nod. So I guess the question is, I didn't answer it, whether or not, or when does it become detrimental to sacrifice or to compromise? I think when you lose you. I think I've been saying that throughout type thing. There is a possibility to do that, which is crazy because, like I said, like growing up, you did it out of love and expression, like of love, or to show that you like care. But if you give it out so much, then what are you telling like to yourself? Like, do you love everything outside of yourself to a greater degree than you love yourself? Well, I would hope the answer is no, because that's probably unhealthy and toxic in a way, you know? So it's like that's when I believe it becomes detrimental, when you give out more than you give to yourself type thing, to where you have literally nothing left. The world is greedy, sweetie. It will take, okay?
That's a fact. Yeah.
And sometimes it's unintentional. I don't think your loved ones take from you on purpose type thing. Like leaving you at the bottom, like on purpose. Like, nah, you giving, so we thought you could give. Like, we not responsible for keeping, account for like what you gave and what you can give and what you have left. We have no idea. That's really up to you. I'm taking. You got some more?
No, that I don't have too much. But what you said, the battle between selfishness and selflessness, it was me having to really let go of some things that I had going on indirectly or subconsciously, and being more selfish. That also, it sounds crazy, but that was a hard pill to swallow, because I was so used to doing things for other people, or doing things like, the way that I feel like was expected of me.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? My bad. I'm just like, like, why do we do that? Like in the most like present, like not like this year, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I would say that I was like sacrificing or like making compromises so that way I can hold or feel like I hold value in someone's life that's like outside of mine. I don't know why I've always had this need to feel like, oh, okay, like you need to keep me around because I do X, Y, and Z, or because I'm willing to do X, Y, and Z. That was my placeholder. Not me as a person, but what I can do or what I have done for a person type thing. I don't function like that no more.
Yeah. I try not to function like that anymore. It was more so of when I had the tipping point, like for me to flip to get to where I am today. I had to let go of all those indirect or subconscious expectations, either from what I felt from family, friends, or just my inner self. Like, you got a lot of inner voices, so it's
They telling you a lot of things right now, huh?
It's
one of y'all tell them.
Nah, it's only one of me right now. It's the one and only. What you talking about? But yeah, no, it's you see it through me off. She always got something to say. I appreciate y'all in the comments for talking about how she be
what comments?
She be capping. She didn't even read them.
Hey.
But you got anything else to say? We can go ahead and transition back, because I can go. That's gonna take a long time. I can't explain that in the time that we have left. Like, that's a whole.
What you trying to explain?
I was talking about like having to let go, like that part, like having to let go and literally be like by yourself. Like that whole thing for me is like, it's too much for me to go in detail.
You talking about letting go? My bad.
Yeah.
You talking about letting go? What I thought about? I'm like, if I was like brought up on the notion that you like compromise and make sacrifices for like a sign of expression for the people or things you love, I can say that like my most recent battle has been being able to pick me. Like, what does it look like if I'm like not sacrificing or compromising for or with someone? Does it give off the notion that I don't love you as much as I do? Because that's what it kind of feels like when I'm not doing it.
Right. I agree. I want to go with you, but I know like based on time we had to. I'm gonna put that down though. Talk about that. To put that.
What time we be over here on time, y'all. What time we at? We run out of time or something? I guess I just be talking and I don't be knowing. Oh, that's why he was trying to wrap it up. Well, I should have picked something on a lighter note, right? That's why he's trying to wrap it up. Anyway, so I guess we have come towards the end of the segment. That was really quick.
Yeah, that went by fast.
Golly.
Shout out to the technical difficulties we had earlier.
Right.
That threw off the time a little bit, actually. But we can check the mailbox, of course, before we head out. Yeah, we got to do that. Got to do that. So by now, y'all already know how this goes. So we can go ahead and flip the coin.
Right, we
you
still
can
haven't
choose.
perfected it.
You can choose this time.
I'm gonna go with eggs.
Yes. Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Flip a coin.
It's heads.
I don't want to hear no complaining about it. I remember how she be complaining. So when I start hitting, when I get in the roll, I don't want to hear no complaints.
Now you about to go program his phone.
Let's get a real coin.
That's what I said. People become too dependent on technology. What are we sacrificing by that? Why'd you pull a card that's his?
I might have.
Let me see the handwriting on the front.
You can see the box.
What? On the card?
The box on the card?
Whew, I'm sick of him,
You
y'all.
see the box on the card?
We gonna need a sub.
Question.
He get on my nerves. I should be more loving sometimes. Now.
It's the question. It says, would my potential partner be settling if they were with me right now?
He wrote that.
Yikes. Yikes.
Well, I can answer. No.
Oh, you want to answer?
Go ahead. I'm fire. I'm gonna always say I'm fire and you lucky.
I think that's the answer that. But now I'm just not thinking of it. I think that's the answer that they would have to say.
How do you feel?
Because
he wrote it.
I'm in it. We don't know that. I'm in a development stage. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say development, like I'm literally building so many things right now.
You always gonna be cooking.
Right. But I know how my time is. If they cool with that, then that's cool. You know, I'm the type of person where, you know, I'm never going to miss out on a blessing.
But if they don't come in cool, you willing to work with the space or not?
Depends on how
it depends
on how
an
it
eligible
goes.
bachelor here.
It depends on how it
He's
goes.
single.
It definitely depends how the conversation goes and how things like that go. But I've always been willing. We talk about sacrifice. I've always been willing to sacrifice for the bigger picture.
What if you can't see it? All right, so there you have.
That's not a question I answered because that's not a possibility for me.
That you can't see the bigger picture?
Yeah, I can always see it. It may be impaired because I can only see it off my perception, but I always see a bigger picture. I'm not saying it's right. Yeah.
Like the ultimate picture or a bigger picture?
What's the ultimate? That's the ultimate. That's a hard question.
That's why I'm like, when you say like.
When I say bigger picture, I mean like I'm willing to. If I know that if I know I can't be the best me for someone, then I sacrifice that and be like, no, I already know like it's gonna be something you're not gonna be able to deal with.
Like down on my luck, back against the wind type thing, Tyler Perry movie vibes.
Nah, I just know me. I know I want to bring to the table. If I can't be me, then I'm saying no. That's what I'm saying.
All right, there you have it. If he doesn't feel like he's ready,
don't wrap it up for me. She can't wrap it up for me. Y'all heard what I said, and y'all take it how you want.
He gonna say no.
But anyways,
you can slide into his DM.
Whoa there.
He don't like that.
Don't do that. Nah.
Swipe right.
No, do that. Don't do that.
Anyway, so we actually appreciate you. I know we're going back and forth, but we appreciate you for once again coming into the space and kicking with us and kicking it at Mellow. So it's about that time to end the episode, and what we gonna do, see you motherfucking next week. Again, thank you for the space. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next episode. And this is your host, Ashley Elise, and
make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Make sure, shout out to y'all on all audio platforms that we own. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all our friends and family that support as well. And yeah, man, it's the one and only Brandon DeVincent. We got Mellow in the back. Peace and love, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
we can sing.
I need somebody to do my hair. heard I want to pay nobody $200.
Actually, you know how to do that?
I want some.
I do it for $100.
Because I've been looking to make money, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here in school. You'll be supporting a great cause. I can twist your hair and I can fade you up. What's
I want some
up?
faux locks. I want to get the faux locks. That's why I don't want to pay everybody $200.
Ooh, that is beyond me.
Yeah, no, she said $225, and that's not including the hair. I was like, oh, thanks.
You want me to just
Honestly, that's the current
Ooh,
price
you
of these
talking
things.
about- You want me to wrap them?
Wrap 'em, what do you mean?
Yeah, the locks.
Like with the, what's it called?
Oh yeah, or you trying to get a pull through?
No, not the pull through. I
know.
No, don't worry. I thought about getting the pull through, but I just feel like they don't last as long as the, what's that called then?
They can be risky. That's how I had cut one of my locks back there. Actually, was it you or was it me? I feel like you cut one of my locks. Yeah, you cut one of my... Yes, you did, bro.
Me? It was Big Baby Switch. No, it was not me, bro.
Yes, you did. You don't remember?
No, I remember when in the past.
You had cut my hair.
Before you got your locks. Before you locked your hair. Yes, I'm gonna have cut your hair.
Yeah, cut my hair.
But
it was like...
when you had your locks, sweetheart, that wasn't me.
That's probably what happened. You had cut my hair. It was down like there.
That wasn't me.
You see what I got to deal with? This is Brandon's mind speaking. You see what I have to deal with
Yeah, he
on
was
a
trying to look
daily
serious,
basis.
like he ain't the drama, like he not the problem.
I'm
I'm
never
actually the
the
most civilized person in this house, believe it or not. That's crazy.
I gotta give. I don't know.
May I ask how
Civilized.
you came to that conclusion?
Civilized.
Like, what makes you the most civilized
Correct.
person?